criticized homosexuality. What a terrorist over the First Amendment. Gender-inclusive school district says drop boys and girls, call kids purple penguins. Just screwing these kids up big time. That there's something wrong with being a girl, something wrong with being a boy, something wrong with girls wanting to be pretty and have fun, and something wrong with boys wanting to be tough and build things. This is a bunch of social engineers literally ruling you. Austin City Council approves gender-neutral bathrooms. Gonna make you go in the bathroom. I've actually been in restaurants and hotels where it says man and woman, and you got to go to the bathroom, and you walk in, and there's a woman coming out of the stall, and I just leave. I mean, I'm not going to go sit on the toilet next to a woman. So you control freaks can have your way, man. What is your problem, fruits? And they're not fruits. It's social engineering. Overturn existing orders, make us do whatever they want, screw with everybody continually. If you want to go get a sex change, or you like to wear dresses, or you what, man, I'm not in your business. I'm a libertarian. But you're not really liberals. At the top, you're a bunch of sick control freaks that want to go in and sexualize 5-year-old children. They have a name for that. It's called NAMBLA. And by the way, the UN accepts NAMBLA, and they've had top UN members, top Australian judges, top British judges come out and say, well, people should be able to date your 5-year-old. If your neighbor wants to date your 5-year-old, they should be able to. Literally. Look it up. See, they're now saying kids can give consent to have vaccines and be paid by the school to get them. Well, why can't kids then drink liquor? If you're an adult and give liquor to your neighbor's kid, you go to jail, and you should if you're pushing a bunch of liquor on them because you're contributing to the delinquency of minors. You have violated the age of consent. Just like if you're, 18, you're dating a 16-year-old, I don't think that's statutory rape, but they'll throw the book at you for that. But schools can then go in and mess with a 7-year-old and sexualize them, and that's okay because it's politically correct. See how screwed up this is? Meanwhile, it was declassified in 1993 in Australia. Israel's Knesset released some of it in 2000. The British released some of it in 2000. The U.S. admitted some of it in 2000 as well. It was in the Austin American-Statesman. And the response of PNAC, Project for New American Century, headed up by Dick Cheney, was to publish in newspapers all over the country an article calling for the legitimate use of race-specific bioweapons. The Statesman, to its credit, as I mentioned yesterday, just type in race-specific bioweapons, PNAC, and then click Google. It'll probably pull up the Statesman. The Statesman came out and decried it. Kind of a real liberal thing to do, not a fake liberal thing to do. This is the insanity. So we've got governments with bioweapon labs all over the world creating airborne Ebola. I've played the Nova special for you. All this. They're creating stuff to, quote, kill the Kafirs. That's the N-word in South African. Israel wanted it for the Arabs. That's been declassified. That was in Jane's Weapons Quarterly in 2000. And what is the response of publications every day? Alex Jones is insane. There is no plan to kill Africans. Bull, bull, bull. And those reporters all know it's been in newspapers hundreds of times and has admitted this is going on. So the minute you come out and say, I'm a liar, when I'm trying to stop this, means you're aiding and abetting it, and you've now signed on to it. So you think about why you've got such bad luck, why you're so unhappy, why bad things happen to your kids. It's because you are serving evil. Let me give evil people a newsflash. You will pay for evil when you're alive. You will not escape judgment. I got news for you. I know all these evil people have hellish lives, the worst luck you've ever seen. Let me tell you, I'm God-fearing. I don't believe I get my good luck because, I'm trying to be good. I do it out of a fear of God and wanting to help people and a drive to defend the innocent, not because I'm a hero, but because that's a default position. Let's go to this clip, and then we'll go to break. But here is the documentary admitting with the doctor himself the bioweapon program.
Larry was a wonderful fellow, mad as a hatter. He used to rock up in South Africa, having flown intercontinental flights with a trousers pocket full of goodies in sealed vials that he claimed were new and wonderful organisms and could do the most wonderful things on Earth.
Larry Ford had mutated cholera, typhoid, anthrax, botulism, bubonic plague, and had also come up with germs that he called kaffir-killing germs. Kaffir, as you may know, in Afrikaans, is the equivalent of the N-word. So these are germs that were specifically engineered to kill only black people.
In other words, an ethnic biological weapon. Had Project Coast really gone this far?
From the beginning, this idea of can we find a way to control the size of the black population was considered one of the most important areas of research. It got even more important over time as the size of the black population and the seriousness of the uprisings increased. So that's one reason why they got into genetic modification.
We're going to come back. You know, I want to play this whole 8-minute clip. And then the average liberal will say, well, there are too many black people. And I go, oh, you're a liberal. And it's only a cover, folks. With most of these so-called liberals, you get behind closed doors, they're flaming racist, including black ones against other blacks. These people are sick. We'll be right back.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Do you lay awake at night and worry about the health and safety of you and your loved ones? Do you wonder what would happen if you weren't able to get to a hospital or doctor? How can you keep your family safe against the deadly pathogens that are beginning to emerge in the world today? Give yourself peace of mind with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is turning heads around the world as a new weapon in the fight against bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver can be taken internally or used topically to help the body's own immune system fight off disease much more effectively. Supernatural Silver has been tested at independent universities and laboratories around the world and has been proven to be safe and highly effective against some of the planet's deadliest pathogens. There is no better product to have in your home for daily use or emergency preparedness. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, use the code SILVER2014 for 20% off, and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Coming up, feds have announced another potential surge coming. More asylum officers hired so they can then complete the smuggling process to bring them into the country. And they've got a Time magazine article saying, let's fix it, let's end human driving. And they go on to say there'll be no more human driving within 10 years. People say, oh, that's just their opinion. No, they'll do it. And people will roll over to it. It's what they do. People love to be slaves. It's so much fun. It's for the earth, and it's trendy, and you're racist if you don't do it. Let me just stop right there. No, I think we can turn this back if we're aware of the fact that it's not the trendy, cool new thing. It's a system of oppression and control. Now, John Bound filed this report for InfoWars Nightly News last night, but I want to air it right now here on the radio, dealing with Ebola, not just living 21 days in the body, but 41 in a certain percentage and 70 days in sperm. So why are they letting people out yesterday, 40-plus people that were quarantined only 21 days after they didn't show signs? This is of great concern.
The fiancé of Ebola victim Thomas Eric Duncan will be released from quarantine today. However, the CDC-mandated 21-day quarantine period Louise Tro, along with her son and 2 nephews, endured is only half of the recommended period. The World Health Organization states recent studies conducted in West Africa have demonstrated that 95% of confirmed cases have an incubation period in the range of 1 to 21 days. 98% have an incubation period that falls within the 1 to 42-day interval. The World Health Organization is therefore confident that detection of no new cases with active surveillance in place throughout this 42-day period means that an Ebola outbreak is indeed over. Drexel University professor Charles Haas released a study of the literature behind the Ebola incubation period. The 21-day incubation period is based on the general rule held for all infectious diseases. The lower the initial dose of the microorganisms you have, the longer it will take for them to accumulate to a critical level. Haas discovered that according to the statistics generated from the Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea, and the earlier outbreak in Congo in 1995, there is up to a 12% chance that someone infected with Ebola may take longer than 21 days to show symptoms of the disease. The World Health Organization does not declare an Ebola outbreak contained per country until that country has passed the 42-day incubation period. Nigeria reached the 42-day milestone after an outbreak of 19 cases began on July 23rd. The clean bill of health for Nigeria can also be attributed to the rapid shutdown of its borders with Cameroon, Chad, and Benin. The death toll in West Africa has now reached 4,500 people. John Bound for Infowars.com.
That's right. A bunch of news I'm going to get into when we start the second hour. We'll also take some calls. And then we have Freya Ricky Ross on CIA drug trafficking. He was there, knew Gary Webb, big part of the new film that just came out, Kill the Messenger. He's been a frequent guest on the show, even from prison over the last decade. He's out of prison now. That is coming up. Before I go any further, what I'm personally doing, not just because of Ebola, but because of all of the attacks on our immune system, all the superbugs, the MRSA, you name it, where this stuff needs to grow and get critical mass in the body first, is I'm getting purified water, non-GMO food, as much sunlight as I can, rest for my children as well, and then things like X2 Survival Shield, Super Nascent Iodine from InfoWarsLife.com. In my view, and many experts feel like Dr. Group, he believes it's just as important as colloidal silver overall. I mean, it is so important across the board in the body. It's essential. If you don't have iodine, you will die, just like oxygen or vitamin C. And so many people are deficient, and they've lowered what they claim you need of it just down to almost nothing. Soon they'll probably say you don't even need it. Just hurry up and die. InfoWarsLife.com, Survival Shield X2. And don't forget, the Oxy powder that flushes out your guts. 70% of the immune system is in the guts. Give your immune system a leg up. Oxy powder. Try it. I know you'll be a repeat customer. You've heard the listeners. It's incredible. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And your purchase funds the tip of the spear and the fight for liberty. Hour 2 coming up.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad-tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.